OTB has set sail to France and we're bringing you our guide to the 2023 Rugby World Cup. The voyage aboard the WB Yates was a perfect way to start our French adventure. We wined and dined in relaxing luxury on board the ferry and arrived in Cherbourg refreshed and ready for the journey ahead of us. After a brisk journey across the Celtic Sea on board the WB Yates, we arrived in Cherbourg, the first stop on our French adventure. We showed you the sights and the sounds of Nantes and what the Irish fans can expect when the boys in green take on Tonga. In this episode, we'll be hitting the road again, this time to get first-hand experience of French rugby culture at its finest. We're in La Rochelle, home to one of our own Irish rugby greats, Ronan O'Gara, and his legendary team that has soared to new heights in European rugby. We're here in France with thanks to Irish ferries, sea travel differently. La Rochelle is 137 kilometres from Nantes, which is just under 2 hours on the scenic French motorways. Centred around its beautiful harbour, La Rochelle is situated on the Atlantic coast's Bay of Biscay. Home to 77,000 rugby-mad locals, its beautiful limestone buildings line the streets, giving the town its welcoming warmth and glow that it has become renowned for. Alan, we're at the home of La Rochelle Rugby. Your good mate Ronan O'Gara, he sorted us out with a few tickets.
Yeah, we have some passes. We've press passes, so that's good. I didn't think he'd come good, but he came good. Here's a big La Rochelle flag.
Right on cue.
These supporters are passionate here, but that's French rugby for you. You know, the home support is such an important part for them. Now, his team, O'Gara, Ronan, because of his experience and one of, playing in the European Cup for so long, I think it was one of the big things that he would try and instill here is that preparation, that mentality when you travel away from home as well.
Yeah.
But it is different, let's be honest, Aisling. You know, you're probably yourself when playing your GA team.
The fans.
Home crowd.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is going to be jam-packed. You can hear the drum roll. And that's what it's going to be like for the World Cup in France. And all the different countries coming in will have to create their own atmosphere. But for the French team playing at home, it'll be phenomenal. The Irish supporters have a good reputation, haven't they? Gone around the world. And they were here for the soccer a few years ago, and everybody was talking about how brilliant they were with all the singing and the songs and the atmosphere. So we're going to experience it here today in the Champions Cup against Gloucester. The best atmosphere I would have ever played in France for Munster in a club game would have been against Clermont in Clermont-Ferrand. Phenomenal. The standard right close to the pitch.
Intimate. It's like tonight at 16,000 people.
Yeah, it's going to be jammed in here, and they love their rugby and they love supporting. And it's amazing the people you see around here today. This is their whole week. This is what they look forward to on the weekend, going and supporting their team, and they're very passionate about that.
Just the strength of the clubs in France, it really transcends then onto the national team, and I suppose the fact that a lot of players they don't move out to other countries to play, they stay within France, and that's only a good thing.
It is, yeah, and you don't see too many French players going playing in the UK and in Ireland and stuff like that. An odd one here and there, because they have such a strong league. They have the pick of a cream of great players.
Yeah, just for Ronan, like his journey that he's been on, he's obviously been so successful here at La Rochelle.
They love him, they know him well, and he's done a great job. So he was here as an assistant for a couple of years, and obviously last year was his first as head coach, and to win the Champions Cup.
And in the fashion that he did.
Yeah, and they've got very close to winning the top 14. They got to the 2 finals the year before as well. So when I went to pick up the passes there, I'd given him the names, and the girl in the office was a bit confused, and she kind of went, I said, Ronan is, she kind of threw her eyes up to heaven to say that.
He's always at this.
He probably just made a quick phone call and took it that it was done and sorted. But
have you ever been in before to see a game
No, I
here?
haven't. He's given out to me for many years, and
it's finally happening.
I'm his Max's godfather, one of his sons, so I have to, and it's his birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to have to open the wallet in the morning.
Yeah, I think
Big time.
Well, Alan, it's nearly kick-off. Will we go in and enjoy the atmosphere?
We sure will, yeah, definitely.
Brilliant,
Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. The La Rochelle rugby team, or Stade Rochelle as they're officially known, has existed for over a century, having played their first game in 1902. However, historically, the club and the town were not renowned for their rugby and only re-entered the French top flight in 2014, where they are now established regulars. Under O'Gara's determined leadership and fresh approach, La Rochelle claimed their first ever Heineken Champions Cup in 2022. And backed it up this year with an incredible come-from-behind win against Leinster in Dublin, and this cements their place amongst some of Europe's elite. The electric atmosphere in the Stade Marcel de Flandre is incredible. The stadium only seats 16,000, but it feels like 10 times that amount. The joyous beats of the drums pulse through the stadium like a rugby heartbeat that fuels the fans and ignites their passion. It's hard not to get caught up in the excitement and the energy around the stadium. The celebrations don't end there though. The heat of the day gets trapped in the limestone walls and walkways and lingers wonderfully into the evening. La Rochelle comes alive at night with punters bustling between busy cafes, restaurants and bars throughout the old town. The harbour in particular is a hive of activity, and visitors to the town can expect a warm welcome from the locals. Quinny, how lucky are we? We get to spend the morning strolling around La Rochelle.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Sun has come out. So I have the sunglasses on. I have squinty eyes, so a little bit sensitive. It's not from any alcohol-related late night or anything like that. Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. And if you just see behind, like, it's
amazing. Yeah.
What a way to spend your Sunday morning. The weather is nice. People are out walking, having coffees, having breakfast on the marina, and happy and relieved, I think, the people of La Rochelle after last night, because
yeah, they had to grind it out in the end.
Yeah, Gloucester nearly beat them. It was a fantastic performance from Gloucester. Not so good from La Rochelle, but we saw the passion and excitement, and the atmosphere was amazing as well. So they got through it.
They did.
I think they're relieved. But yeah, you can sense that relief this morning when you meet some people and they're happy that they won the game. What a beautiful city, though.
It is. Yeah, these are the gateway towers, Tour de la Chaîne and Tour Saint Nicolas. Alan, this is the exact place where we saw those scenes, incredible scenes, after La Rochelle won the Heineken Champions Cup.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was FaceTiming Ronan, and he was up in one of these towers here with the players, and the scenes were amazing. I think the population is 77,000 in La Rochelle, and there was 35, 40,000 people here, so more than half the population were here. In what a beautiful setting, and
big time.
It has that holiday feel, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, I never would have thought of La Rochelle, to be honest, to go as a holiday destination. And really, when Ronan took them over is when I started to hear more about La Rochelle. Until then, I hadn't heard too much, to be honest.
Well,
it's amazing.
He should be on some sort of a retainer from the French tourism board, because I'm sure that there's so many more Irish people have come out here and been intrigued by, not necessarily the rugby, but by the fact that you hear a lot about La Rochelle back home now, since there's an Irish coach here, obviously. What an ideal kind of place to probably spend a few days if you end up doing the first two World Cup games.
It's really easy to do as well. Like our travel up in the car, you didn't notice the travel really.
Well, you get the ferry over, drive down to Bordeaux, give yourself some time, stop on the way, go to the first game against Romania in Bordeaux, and then this is a perfect place to stop on the way back up. To Nantes to see that second game, and spend a few days here. September, it'll be really warm and hot, and I think it'd be a beautiful place to kind of get a few days of that holiday vibe, get some sun, get some swimming, and then get to the rugby in Nantes on the Saturday as well. Yeah, I think it would be perfect.
La Rochelle is tight-knit and very easy to explore, and visitors can do so on foot or on the many greenway bike lanes that cross through the town. Thanks to the mild climate and sunshine, the town is a firm favourite for family holidays. For those with a taste for adventure, there are chartered boats, boat tours and sailing cruises that will give you a unique seaside journey around this town. These depart from its famous harbour, which is gated by two beautiful towers, Tour St Nicolas and Tour de la Chaune, which neighbours the city's third tower of note, the Tour de la Lanterne. A grand aquarium stands proudly in the middle of the harbour area, home to over 12,000 marine animals, giving you an unmatched view into the heart of the ocean. The unmissable Ferris wheel Le Grand Roue can be seen from any corner of the city and provides a gentle, relaxing bird's eye view of the town and its surroundings. Well worth the €5 entry fee.
Chat away about my fear of heights.
Do you have a fear?
I do.
Okay, you'll be all right, Alan, don't worry. Oh, it's a nice way to see the city.
It sure is. It's beautiful, isn't it? I just don't want to look down. Looking down kind of makes me a little bit scary, but...
This can be one of the activities people do when they come to the World Cup.
I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you can do here. When you have a big sea out there, you can go to the beach. That's my favourite place, the beach.
Oh, yeah?
Swimming, yeah.
And obviously you stay in contact with Ronan. Do you stay in contact with any of the players you would have played with?
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group that there's lots of regular kind of messages and information and birthday wishes and stuff like that, yeah.
Will you be looking to see some of your former teammates at the World Cup, or a reunion?
Some of them will be working here, involved with the media. Obviously coming to France, I'll meet Ronan and O'Reilly, of course. We haven't mentioned O'Reilly too much. He's the forwards coach at La Rochelle, so he's done a fantastic job. I played with O'Reilly for years as well, and he's a fellow tip man. And I think there'll be lots of them here, but not just former teammates. I think former opponents. You know, you end up meeting lots of ex-international guys that you would have played against.
And is it always friendly when you meet former oppositions? Is it always friendly?
Oh, it is. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's. You end up kind of reminiscing a little bit. The first thing you usually say is, "Where is the time gone?" Time has gone so quick. But that's why I think rugby is a great sport, that it really connects people, and the kind of, the way people approach it, the fans, the way they can mix together. And I think that's something that's going to be wonderful about France. You're going to see different nationalities having fun together in different cities all over France, and celebrating, a big tournament, the biggest tournament of all, obviously, for professional rugby players. So that's a great part about rugby, and I'm sure France will showcase a brilliant World Cup. The facilities, the stadiums, the welcome, and the beauty that's never too far away. The supporters coming to the World Cup in September and October will get to see some beautiful places and experience what's really good about France as well.
Le Grand Roue not only offers a fantastic view of the city, but also of its surroundings. The island of Ile de Ré is visible from the Ferris wheel and is connected to La Rochelle by toll bridge. The island's coast is lined with beautiful sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, and is a beautiful place for a refreshing swim under the French sun.
Getting to the beach, being close to the water, all the attractions that go with it. There's definitely great opportunities here, and that connection is really important. I think we mentioned a lot about Ronan, but O'Reilly is a big part to play in what La Rochelle are doing here as well. And
you sat with him last night at the game?
Yeah, I did. He was quite calm. I was surprised. I was a little bit nervous for sure, but La Rochelle is a beautiful city, and it's a perfect opportunity for people to, certainly if I was coming here and going to Nantes and Bordeaux, this is a perfect destination to stop and
big time. Take advantage
go
of it.
Go and harass Ronan and see if you can get some information on La Rochelle. But it's a lovely place, and it's an enjoyable place to come, and we've certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah, big
We're like
time.
Tour guides, aren't we?
We are definitely. We're getting a new job after this, Alan. And wouldn't you know it, right after we left, La Rochelle and Ronan O'Gara did it again and beat Leinster, this time in Dublin, to become back-to-back European champions.
If Paris is the capital of culture, after what we have experienced, we could argue that La Rochelle truly is the rugby capital of France. This should be an unmissable stop on your journey through France, and travelling with Irish ferries is certainly a great way to get here.
After getting an incredible first-hand experience of what the heart of French rugby culture looks like in this famous old town, our next stop is Bordeaux. A magnificent, sprawling city, it's the venue for Ireland's first game of the Rugby World Cup against Romania.